henna. Henna's gonna give me stress. It's giving creepy, but look at the detail. It actually on camera looks like this portion is three-dimensional. Can you see that? So in this book, we're following a main character, Jason, who gets abducted and thrown into another version of his world, another reality by himself. Hello you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, you're watching BookedonCharity. In today's video, we'll be going through my recent book haul. I've got a bunch of stacks. Guys, I've got stacks, okay? I've got stacks with me. I've even separated them into piles. I've got books from the library. I've got books from Pan Macmillan, NB Publishers, Jonathan Ball Publishers, Penguin Random House, books that were gifted to me by a friend. And as always, the biggest book stack is from what I've recently bought. So if you're interested to see which books I am hauling today, please stay tuned. Before we get into the video, we've got our baby of the day. This is an iced green tea Japanese matcha latte. What a mouthful, but it's absolutely delicious. I added a sugar-free hazelnut syrup to it and I just love it. It's morning and it's hot and I'm just like, I need to cool down, okay? But yeah, let's get into this video. First up, I'm going to show you books that I recently picked up from the library. First up, we got A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and this is by Holly Jackson. I read this one and I believe that I gave it like a 4.5 or 4.75 stars. It was such a great reading experience. I did co-read this with the audiobook, which just elevated the experience even more. Like, I feel like you cannot read this book without the audiobook. It's giving like documentary vibes. Like, there are phone calls where you can actually hear that it's somebody having a phone call. There's emails where you can hear the clickety clacking of the keyboard when the person is typing the email. There's texts, you know, there's letters, there are diaries. The book itself is also like multimedia. You can see this was like a statement and you can see the parts that were redacted, and it's just, it was so good. It was so good. I can't wait to read the second book. I do have the second book on my shelves, but I did not own the first one, which is why I picked it up from the library. But I need to actually do my review of this so that I can return the library book and give another person a chance to read this book. And then I also picked up Star Daughter, and this is a YA fantasy by Shweta Thakra. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Isn't she stunning? Isn't this absolutely stunning? I don't know what this is about, but like I don't remember what it's about, but I knew that when it did come out, I was interested in picking it up. So when I saw it in my library, I was just like, yes, they've got it. So I need to make sure that I pick this up before my time runs out and I have to return it to the library. But at the back it says, as the daughter of a star and a mortal, Shital is used to keeping secrets. But when her starfire accidentally injures her human father, Shital needs a full star's help to heal him, a star like her mother, who returned to the sky years ago. So I guess, yeah, it'll be a journey to figure out who her mom is, why the mom left, because if you're gonna go, I don't know, to Earth or wherever the Earth land is, fall in love with a human, procreate, and then leave. So for me, it's like I'm interested in why she left in the first place, what she's doing in this, why did she come down in the first place. So yeah, I am really excited to pick up this one. I definitely do want to read it before I have to take it back to the library. Okay, the next stack I have is from the people at NB Publishers, and I'm looking forward to it. The first one I've got is a children's book, and I need to actually pick up book one, which is in my daughter's room. I think it's in my daughter's room. But the first book is called Disaster at Gogospaza, and the second one is Cook Off at Gogo's Plaza, and they sent me this recently. I requested it from them because I knew I had the first one and I need to go and read it, and it will be really great to read both of them at the same time. And this is what you can expect in terms of illustrations. My daughter is not yet at a stage where she can read a book with like this many words, but she's a reader now. She's a reader. She reads books on her own, but her books are like less than 20 pages long at this point. And this one is about 107. So I think by this time next year, she'd be reading this book for herself. But I want to read it for myself because I think it's going to be a nice story. I don't know. Something tells me that this is going to be fun. I hope that it is funny because I don't know what's going on, but this is like person running away looking like they need to throw up, and I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm expecting to have like a great time. I'm hoping that there's like some South African humor in here because this is a South African based book written by a South African author, Salamina Mosesa, who's also an actress. So yeah, and it's illustrated by Vian Olofsson. So looking forward to reading Cook Off at Gogo's Plaza. I really like these covers as well. And then they also sent me Love, Marry, Kill, and this one is by Zukiswa Wana or Vanna. I'm not sure how we pronounce this, but it says Till Death Do Us Part, a novel. And I think we're following like two couples from different backgrounds and they are married, but then somewhere there's a tragedy, somewhere there's a thriller element of this, because I mean you can see guns, there's rings, there's hearts. It's like there's a lot going on in here, and I can't wait to read and figure out what it is that's actually going on in this book. And then lastly in here I've got a book that they sent to me this past Monday, and this one, oh, News 24 Book of the Month. I didn't even know that News 24 had Book of the Month. Is this non-fiction? Oh, it says fiction, but it's like, when is this? This book is taking place in 1904, like slavery times, war times. These kind of books like really scare me. Okay, I don't want to lie. These books scare me. I never like gravitate to picking them up because I'm afraid of these kind of stories. Like I like my war stories to be fictional. But I feel like because it's a South African based book, it makes me worried because I think I'm more sensitive to war stories that are very close to home. They make me panic a little bit. I'm just like, oh, I don't like Sarafina. Those movies, I think I watched them once. I was like, okay, Kishap, I watched them. I know what's going on. I don't need to watch it again. Because it's heartbreaking, and you feel like you would know somebody who's went through this kind of thing, because like I said, it's very close to home. But yeah, I'm talking a lot and haven't even told you what the book is. The book is Crimson Sands, and it is written by Jeremy Veery. And I did mention that it's News 24 Book of the Month. I didn't even know News 24 had like Book of the Month. And it says, I am Dirk Aruseb, born of war and woe. I am son to no one but the cause. 1904, Dirk Aruseb was 17 years old when Abraham Morris fetched him from the orphanage in Bella to join Bonderswarts. Dirk could not wait to fight alongside its leader, Captain Jacob Marengo, against Schrutztruppe. Dutch for sure. But at Swansvlakte, high in the great Karas Mountains of Namaland, Dirk first had to find and master himself. Be humble, be patient, and know that war is not a game. Find your eland, tame your butcher bird. For Dirk, war was an adventure. He had little interest in the eldest wisdom. Crimson Sands is a historical novel set in Namaland. It is an epic panoramic story of a war against tyranny, traversing the southwest of Africa from Tsumeb to Uppington, from internment camps in Ludericbush to the dry riverbeds of Fish River Canyon. Jeremy Vieri tells a mesmerizing tale across a landscape of sand, shrub, and dune, evoking voices and stories long buried. Okay, I do like historical fiction. So I'm glad that I read the synopsis to kind of like give me an idea of what's going on. So I will put this alongside my historical fictions that I need to visit one day, and I'm looking over there because that's where the books are. Okay, but thank you very much to NB Publishers for sending me these books. Next up, I've got two books that were sent to me by my dear friend Katleho. She's really working hard to get me to read translated works and just literary fiction in general, because I don't like always pick those type of books up. And the first book that she gave to me is called Burnt Sugar, and this is by Avni Doshi. Look how it matches my nails. I love it. This is by Avni Doshi, who I think it's like Indian inspired, but I could be wrong. Because, okay, why I say that is because the book was also published in India under the title Girl in White Cotton, and it's won some awards and being longlisted for the Tata Literary Live First Book Award. So I don't know what it's about, but at the back it says, sometimes I refer to Ma in the past tense, even though she's still alive. I am grieving, but it's too early to burn the body. Oh my goodness. I don't know what this sounds like something that could be like very heartfelt, and I don't know what I'm going into. And I don't know what to expect when I'm going into this one, but I am looking forward to reading it. And then next up, I've got Expectation, and this one is by Anna Hope, and it says, what happened to the women we were supposed to become? And Grazia says, if you wished normal people had tackled female friendship, try Expectation. I never read Normal People, so I don't know what I would expect from there. But it says, Hannah, Kate, and Lisa are young, vibrant, and inseparable. Their shared world is ablaze with art and activism, romance and revelry, and the promise of everything to come. They are electric. They are the best of friends. 10 years on, they are not where they had hoped to be, which is like common for a lot of us. Amidst flailing careers and faltering relationships, each craves what the others have, and each grapples with the same question: what does it take to lead a meaningful life? Expectation is a story of the highs and lows of friendship. It's about finding your way as a mother, a daughter, a wife, a rebel. Most of all, it explores that liminal space between expectation and reality in which we all live our lives. Interesting. Okay, looking forward to reading this one. And thank you so much, Carol, for gifting me these books. I am looking forward to reading them. Next up, I've got books that were sent to me by the people at Jonathan Gold Publishers. First up, they sent to me Sleep Like Death by Kellen Baron, who's also the author of Cinderella is Dead. She does these reimagining of fairy tales, but always including like POC characters, and I can't wait to read her take on Sleeping Beauty. And it says, Eve is ready to be the queen's sword, to be her vengeance. Princess Eve was raised with one purpose: to destroy the knight who terrorizes Queen's Bridge with his wicked magic. Far too many of her subjects have been devastated by the knight's trickery, but Eve's own unique magic, the ability to conjure weapons from nature, makes her a worthy adversary. I don't even want to read any more of this because it is a retelling, so it's not like a reimagining. I don't know what the right term is, but whatever story we know of Sleeping Beauty, I feel like she's gonna have a twist to it, and I don't want to read the next paragraph because I feel like it might spoil me, because I do want to pick this one up relatively soon. But looking forward to it. Love to see a book with a beautiful black female on it. And then we've got a package that I received earlier in the week, and I'm really excited because it's like, you remember I did my spring TBR and I've got all those books on my card. And some of the books that I'm holding today are definitely going to go into that TBR cards because I've been anticipating them for a while and I'm looking forward to finally reading them. Okay, first up, we've got a thriller. I've been in my thriller mood and I've been looking forward to this one as well. And it says Love Letters to a Serial Killer. And then at the bottom, it says PS, please don't kill me. So it's about a woman, I think so it says Hannah's love life, dying, career, dead, new pen pal, deadly. Hannah Wilson can't text her ex again. It's too sad. She can't snap back at her new boss who took her promotion either. She'll be fired. But what she can do is write a series of furious letters to William Thompson. Arrested for the murders of multiple women he got close to. Like, Hannah, I'm already like questioning your judgment. I'm already questioning, like, why? Hannah, why? Okay, but she's doing it, and this is why we've got the book. And it says, you're a monster. I hope you know that. I want you to listen when I tell you that I'll never be able to go on a date again without thinking of you. Every moment I will wonder whether he wants to love me or murder me. Hannah's shocked when William writes back, each response more surprising than the last. And as communication tips from curiosity to obsession, Hannah has to wonder if William might be innocent and whether she even wants him to be. Oh, Hannah. Hannah's gonna give me stress. That's what I can tell you. Hannah will give me stress. That's all I can tell you. Like, I can feel it now. I can feel it now. She's gonna give me stress. So that is definitely going into my TBR card because I do want to read it. Like, I'm already excited, but I know I'm gonna be stressed out. But I'm excited to read it. Another one that I've been anticipating, right? Because it's just like the cover is stunning, but at the same time, it's creepy and I don't know what to do with it, but it's very, when I read the synopsis, I was like, this is very interesting. And it's so white. Like, I feel like, oh, my hand's gonna make it dirty. It's so nice. Okay, so the book is called Navola. So this is the cover with the giant eye in the middle. And I say it's stunning because the detailing of it, it's giving creepy for sure. It's giving creepy, but look at the detail. It actually on camera looks like this portion is three-dimensional. Can you see that? Like, look at the patterns on the side. It feels like you can feel the ridging of it, but it's smooth. Like, it's stunning, okay? The cover is stunning. Very creepy, but stunning. And it's by Paola Bacigalupi. I don't know how to say it properly, but Holly Black has blurbed it and said Navola is like slipping into a luxurious bath full of blood. Yo. What am I in for? Okay, so at the back it says Navola, a city built on trade. Its palazzos and towers are conjured from its merchant wealth. Goods, arms, armies, lives, and kingdoms are all traded here, even kingdoms. And presiding over it all is Reguli Bank. In just 3 generations, the Reguli family have risen far from their humble origins. Now merchants beg their backing, artists their patronage, princes an invitation to dine at their table. The Reguli wealth buys cities and topples kingdoms. Soon, Davicio de Reguli will take the reins of power. Yet the boy is not well suited for the role. He is tired of being tested and trained to inherit a legacy he is not sure he wants. But Davicio is inextricably tangled in fate's nest, and his doubts can only summon ruin. Davicio's hope rests in the heart of a girl whose own family was destroyed by the Reguli, and in a crystalline orb the size of a human head, said to be the eye of a long dead dragon. So there's dragons, there's politics, there's probably a romance, because whenever there's like a prince and a girl, a princess and a guy, you know that there's always something. Okay, I'm really excited for this one. I'm so excited for this one, and I can't wait to read it. So thank you so much to Jonathan Ball Publishers for sending me these books. I am so excited, to say the least, so excited to read them. Yeah, guys, I don't, at this point, I need to stop working for the rest of the year, but still get my salary and just sit and read, because the amount of books, right, that I'm so excited for, it's just insane. It's insane. I don't know when I'm gonna get time to read all these books, but every time I pick one of them, I'm just like, to the TBR. This one was already in the TBR, but I don't believe that I had hold it for you guys before, and it's called Can't Spell Treason Without T, and this is by Rebecca Thorne. This is a cozy fantasy. It's a cozy fantasy, and at the back it says palace politics just wearing their cup of tea. Royal bodyguard Rhaena and elemental mage Chianthi dream of leaving their dangerous lives behind. They could open a bookshop instead, serving the very finest tea and cake. They imagine worn wooden floors, plants on every table, firelight drifting between the rafters, all complemented by love, tea, and good company. I mean, I would visit it. I would visit it. I would go to that tea shop. I would just have the best time. And it says, so after risking too much one too many times, the pair decide to run away and make their dreams a reality. In the town of Tawny, nestled in the icy peaks of Dragon Country, so there's dragons, they set up shop, but trouble is brewing ahead. Rhaena and Chianthi must face mishaps, mysteries, dragons, and a murderous queen throwing the realm's biggest temper tantrum. Together, these two women will discover just what they mean to each other and their world. So I'm also expecting like some sapphic romance. I don't know if there is, but seeing that we've got these two women opening a bookshop together, so I think there might be a romance between the two of them. Next up, I've got The Wren in the Holly Library, and this one is by K.A. Lynn, and it says she stole from a monster, now she must pay the price. And at the back it reads, in a world where monsters are real, a thief should be careful who she steals from. Street thief Kiers should have known something wasn't right. Now she's trapped in a library with a monster. She can't run, she can't hide, and this man, this being, filled with terrible power and darkness, is well within his rights to kill her because she stole. A thief is what she is. By trespassing, Kiers has broken the fragile peace treaty between humans and monsters. But instead of killing her, Graves does the unexpected. He offers her a job, a chance to find out who she really is. Kiers has always known she's different, that she can do things a little better, a little faster. And then there's that sense she has when danger is only a breath away. But if the old tales are true, there are worse things in the world than monsters. So I'm like, she's also giving the vibe of, I've got magical abilities, but I don't really know to what extent, or don't use them fully, or maybe I'm like some kind of hybrid. I don't know, but I am looking forward to this one. I also really like the cover. I like the flowers. I like the birds at the back. It's really, really nice. I think it's very pretty. I think it's absolutely pretty. And then one that I'm really excited for, it's also going into my TBR cart, because how can it not, right? I read the first book, absolutely loved it, gave it 5 stars. It's a kind of book that I will definitely read again. And now the sequel is finally out, and it is called Somewhere Beyond the Sea, a magical house with a secret past, and this is by TJ Klune. The birds are going crazy outside. But if you know the first book, you know the first book, The House in the Cerulean Sea. Absolutely amazing book. I loved everything about it. That book made me laugh, it made me cry, like it gave me so much hope. Like, it was just so nice. The characters were just so fleshed out, and they were just interesting. And oh guys, it's so good, and I can't wait to read the sequel. I haven't been disappointed so far by the books that I've read from TJ Klune. I have read 2 so far. I've read The House in the Cerulean Sea, and I've read 3. I read Under the Whispering Door, and then I read In the Lives of Puppets, and I've enjoyed all of them. So TJ Klune is definitely one of those authors that I will not even question. I don't even want to know what the synopsis says. I will pick up the book and I will read it because I think they do such an amazing job of writing their stories, their characters. The stories are always so interesting. There's always magic. I can't wait to read this. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have read The House in the Cerulean Sea, if you're looking forward to reading the next one. If you already read this, please just give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. And yeah, I'm looking forward to picking this one up soon. It's definitely going into my TBR as a book to be picked up very, very soon. So yeah, this is my stack from Pan Macmillan. Thank you so much for sending me these books. I am so excited, so excited to read all of them. We almost there, guys. We almost there. The next stack is from the people at Penguin Random House, and they sent me a bunch of books. Okay, these books came in different deliveries, and I'm just gonna pick from the smallest to the biggest. The first one that they sent me, I opened it. I'm like, I was not expecting this. It's not a book that I requested, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I have it, and I'm just, it makes me so excited. But this is Wisdom from Africa, and it is a collection of proverbs compiled by Diane Stewart, and it's just it's so stunning. Number one, it is such a great coffee table book that you can just place there, and once in a while just open it, read a proverb, and I will show you one of the pages of what it looks like. So the proverb is in one of the African languages, then there's a translation in English, and then after that there is a little paragraph to explain, or a sentence to explain what that proverb actually means. And it's just it's stunning. There's little illustrations, and it is grouped in topics. Like, for example, the page I have open is food and drink, and I will read maybe one of them. So this one is in Swahili. This first one is in Swahili. I do not know Swahili, so I will probably butcher what I'm about to read right now, but it says Jungu ku halikosi ukoko. And this is Swahili, East Africa, and the direct translation to English says a large cooking pot contains hard burnt rice. All right, and the explanation of that is that this proverb is used to encourage the young to be patient and to preserve until their goals in life are reached. Okay, I'm gonna read that again. This proverb is used to encourage the young to be patient and to preserve until their goals in lives are reached. We can do with a bit of patience, like all of us, but yes, a large cooking pot contains hard burnt rice. Let me go to another one. So this section is for animal. It says animals. So then the proverb will include an animal to it. So this is Bambara. The language is Bambara, and it's used in Mali. And it says Jirikun men on men jila ateke bamaye. I'm hoping it sounds somewhere close to what it's supposed to be. But the direct translation says, a log may stay in the water for a long time, but it doesn't turn into a crocodile. The explanation is that this proverb highlights the fact that one cannot be what one is not, and it encourages one to oneself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Run your own race. Stay in your lane. You don't need to be trying to be like somebody else, like your neighbor. There are already good qualities about you. Hone in on that and be yourself. But I like that. There's one in Setswana, and it's and from Botswana. It says Bupukuje baba nkwe ba itsaye kamebala. Gray jackals know each other because of their speckles. The explanation is one is comfortable with and seeks out those who are similar to one's self. That is true. Let me look for one in a South African language. There's Nigeria, East Africa, Versity, Uganda, East Africa. Let's see, I'm looking for... Okay, there's one in isiZulu. It says, Awukho umfulu ngahlokomi. This is in Zulu, and it's one of our South African languages. And it says there is not a river that flows without a sound. And the explanation for that is that every home has its quarrels. True. But yeah, I really like this little book. Like, when I got it, I was just so surprised, and it just made me happy. Like, it's still making me smile right now. This is the first section on wisdom, but I'm very happy about this. Like, the minute I got it, I showed it to my husband, and he's like, please put it somewhere where I can read it, because like he even wants to read this. But I'm so happy, I'm so excited for this one. And then we've got another non-fiction here, and this one is The Four-Way Path, an Indian secret to a life of happiness and purpose. Guys, these are the kind of books, these are my coffee table books. These are the kind of books that I will put on my coffee table, I will put on my side table and read and enjoy, and just because it's not the kind of book that I would want to read from start to finish. I think I would like read a passage, read a chapter, close it, meditate on it, and I think that's how it's meant to be read. But I also really love this. Oh, look at that detailing. I think it's just so stunning. Absolutely love it. And then the last non-fiction they sent me is a cookbook, and this one is Simply Jamie by Jamie Oliver. We've got another cookbook in the house. I love me some cookbooks. You guys know I did share a TikTok of me unboxing these 3 books and just paging through and showing you guys what you can expect from these books. So please check that out, and you can see a few recipes. Oh, there's already things that I see that I want to try. But yeah, I love food, guys. I love food, and my family loves food, and I love good food. So any recipes, any ideas that I can find in these cookbooks, I'm always like leaning towards opening one, finding inspiration. I never really make the meal to a T according to what the cookbook says, what the recipe says. It's always kind of like a remix of whatever I have in the house. Like, I don't follow the recipes to a T. I kind of like wing it, but the main idea would come from the cookbook. And then I've got Where the Sleeping Girls Lie, and this is by Farida Ayibike Iyimide, and this was the Penguin Random House YA book club read, but I did not get to reading and finishing it during that period. Life got in the way, so I think I will take my time to read this one. I do enjoy Farida's writing. I did enjoy Ace of Spades so much when I read it a few years ago. So I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. I did sample the audiobook, but I wasn't really vibing with the accent and the way that the narrator was pronouncing certain things. I couldn't figure out what they were saying. So I had to let that go, put it down, let my brain forget a little bit, and then I'm gonna restart the book again. It also comes with the map of the school, and yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to this one. So this is definitely another one that is on my TBR card, so I need to put it back there. And then I received a box. I forgot. I showed you the box with the wrong items. These are actually all the books that I received from the people at Penguin Random House. So thank you so much for all of these books. So excited to read all of them. This is gonna fall. Okay. This box is actually from Pan Macmillan. When I opened it, I was like, yes, the books are from Pan Macmillan. I'm remembering these books. And first up, we've got Wild Robot, and this is by Peter Brown. Oh, I didn't even know. Wow, I didn't even know that there was a few other books. But this has been adapted to a movie, which is actually currently out in the cinemas. And I'm thinking that I want to take my daughter to go and watch it. I don't know what the age restriction is, but I feel like she'll be fine as a 7-year-old watching it, and I'm glad that this is the first book, but I'm looking forward to reading this. I think it's gonna be fun. You guys, like, if you've been here for a while, you know that I read middle grade. I enjoy middle grade. I love middle grade, and I can't wait. I can't wait to read this one. The cover already is giving like fun family vibes, friendship. Look at this tiny little bird over here. I can't wait to... Is it a bird? It looks like a bird. I can't wait to see what the story is about. I know Nontley went to go watch the movie and she said it was really good, and I can't wait. At the back it just says, can a robot survive in the wilderness? When robot Roz opens her eyes for the first time, she discovers that she is alone on a remote wild island. She has no idea how she got there and what her purpose is, but she knows she needs to survive. After battling a fierce storm and escaping a vicious bear attack, she realizes that her only hope for survival is to adapt to her surroundings and learn from the island's unwelcoming animal inhabitants. As Roz slowly befriends the animals, the island starts to feel like home, until one day the robot's mysterious past come back to haunt her. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's illustrations, there's photos. Look at that. So beautiful. I wonder if this is from the movie. Oh, but I actually can't wait to watch the movie. I feel like the movie is gonna be really, really good. And then another one that sounded quite interesting to me, and thing is, middle grade, there's always like some level of humor in it, and I can't wait to read this one. It's a book by Andy Griffiths, and it's called The Land of Lost Things, and it says Adventures Unlimited. There's a lot of illustrations in here. Let me see if I can like do a page through to show you guys. There is a lot of illustrations in here, but I'm expecting like adventure. I'm expecting like traveling to find these lost things. I don't know what these lost things are and what they would need and what our main characters would be going there to find. Maybe they lost something, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this one. I definitely need to get back to my middle grade era, reading middle grade books, because I have a ton now. The next one, the last one, I requested this one for my daughter so that I can read it together with her, especially as like a book to read before she goes to sleep. And this one is called Unicornia, and it is saying Learn to Fly. It's a book by Anna Pansett, and it's illustrated by Diana Vicedo. And I showed it to Anael, and she was like, this is so beautiful, this is so cute. And she's definitely into like girl friendships and like pretty things, fashion, unicorns. So I think she would like this, and we could probably like read a chapter or two each night before she goes to sleep, and I think she'll enjoy it. It's like pretty. It's pretty, and it's pink, and it's filled with like lots of pink illustrations. Like, look at that. It's so cute. It's just so cute. But yeah, I'm excited to read this with her. Like, I'm reading this for myself as well, because I do like to read the books that she's going to read so that I can see what the content is. But yeah, looking forward to this one. So thank you Pan Macmillan for sending me these kitties books. I'm so happy to have received them. All right, guys, we're almost there. Finally, I've got a stack of books that I've bought recently. Sure, it's a lot. Let me just quickly count how many books I have down here. I've got 10 books. Okay, I've bought 10 books in the last, I want to say 2 months, but let's start with some beautiful classics. I've got Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Absolutely love these covers. I bought these from Reader's Warehouse and they're retailing for 109 Rand each. And this is how I'm deciding to collect Jane Austen's collection of work or body of work, but I really love these. And then I also got Sense and Sensibility. It's also 109 Rand from Reader's Warehouse. I've been going back to Reader's Warehouse to go and check if they've got the rest of the books because I still need Emma and what are the other ones called? You know what they are called. But yeah, and I know that they also had a book box that they sold all of them in, but they were much thinner, which meant that the paper was thinner and the font was smaller. So I was just like, no, I will collect them like one at a time because it was cheaper. I think it was under 400 for all 5 books, and it was definitely cheaper. But I'm like, I need this format, so I will wait for when you guys get more, and then I will keep collecting them in that way. And then also recently I've got Wyatt Moore's The Dragon, the Giant, and the Women, and this is a memoir of family, war, and peace, and I can't wait to read this one. It is shortlisted for the National Book Critics Circle Award and a New York Times Book of the Year award. So when Wyatt Moore turns 5 years old, civil war breaks out in her home country of Liberia. Separated from her mother in faraway New York, Wyatt is forced to flee with her family on foot until a remarkable rescue by a rebel soldier. But even with her family reunited in the safety of her adopted home, America, Moore finds herself as a Black woman and an immigrant in a new kind of danger. Will she forever be that girl still running? Question mark. Wow. Okay. Looking forward to reading this one, hopefully with Vuvu, Nontli, and Umpile, because we all own this book together. And then I've got the first, I think it's the first 2 books in a series. I don't know what the series is called. I am talking about Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. It's still focusing. I've been looking forward to picking up these books for some time. I've heard really good things. And then I also have The Muse of Nightmares, and J. Christoph says it is astonishing. Are they even part of the same series, or am I just like lying to myself? But I feel like they are part of the same series. I feel like Strange the Dreamer is definitely book 1 and Muse of Nightmares is book 2, and I feel like there's a book 3. And Samantha Shannon says it will leave you changed forever. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to reading these 2 books. I've been looking at them from my library, and I think I did pick up Strange the Dreamer at one point, but I had to return it before. I didn't even get to read it. And then I saw them on sale at Bargain Books, and I'm like, I should definitely pick these up. I think they were like under 150 rands each, and I couldn't leave that opportunity to pick up these books. And then next up, I picked up Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I watched the TV series on Netflix. Blown away. I was blown away. So in this book, we're following a main character, Jason, who gets abducted and thrown into another version of his world, another reality by himself from that other reality, because the other Jason made some decisions along his life that made his career like flourish. It's booming. He's got money. He's a billionaire or whatever. Like, he's got all the riches, but he does not have the woman of his dreams because of the one decision he made back then, and now he's regretting it. and he's coming into I'm saying our Jason because that's our main character, Jason. He's coming to steal our Jason's life because of the decision he made. But the way that the story is written, or from the visuals, because I watched the TV series and I have not read the book yet, it's just so interesting, like the twists and the turns and just the development of the story. Like, I was just so engrossed. I think me and my husband watched it in 2 days because we were just like, what's gonna happen next, what's gonna happen next? But it was so good. This book, and I think also the TV series, was recommended to me by Raymond, and I'm just like, you've done the thing. So now I can't wait to read the book. This is also a book that I want to read before the end of the year, while I still have the story kind of like fresh in my mind, and see where we're gonna go with it. And then I've got a book that I'm collecting a series of, and this one is The Way of Kings Part 1 by Brandon Sanderson. I still need to get Part 2. I am collecting these books in the 2 parts because I feel, to me, that it's going to be easier to manage, because the single volumes are like twice the size, and I feel like reading them is going to be a mission, number one. Number two, I really don't like damaging my books. Even like breaking the spine from reading is a thing that I really avoid doing by all cost. And having a book that thick, that's 1,000 pages long, there's no way that I'm gonna read it without breaking the spine. And I'm like, I'd rather buy the singles like this, like in part 1 and 2. So I got this from Exclusive Books. I still need to find part 2 of The Way of Kings and get into the series finally. But yeah, looking forward to this one. And then another book that I recently picked up was No One Dies Yet by Kobe Ben. I did not know this author until like I saw some snippets. I think it was from Katlaho's video where she attended the Franschhoek Literary Fiction, the Franschhoek Literary Festival, and Kobe Ben was there, and he was talking, and like I was like, okay, fine, I think I'm interested in this book. I don't even really know what it's about, but I feel like somewhere along the line there was like a thrillery situation happening. But at the back it says, how do you begin a murder story starring a curious foreigner and an opportunistic local without giving away the entire plot? Who died and why? You start with the obvious villain. And I think this is just interesting. I think the way that blurb is just, it's enticing. It's really enticing. This is what the spine looks like. But yeah, I'm looking forward to picking Kobe Ben's new book. I believe that this is also a debut author. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, last 2 books I've got A History of What Comes Next by Sylvia Neuville, who's the author of Sleeping Giants, a series that I really want to read. And this is what it looks like. It says, always run, never fight, preserve the knowledge, survive at all cost, take them to the stars. This book is taking place in Germany, 1945, where we've got Mia, a 19-year-old girl who is sent by the OSS to find Werner von Braun. Her mission is to stop the Russians getting hold of Germany's and the world's foremost rocket scientist. Von Braun is suspicious, and so he should be, for Mia is no ordinary girl. She only looks human, and helping the Allies win the Second World War is only one part of her plan. I'm so interested in this one. I picked this one up from Bargain Books as well. It's also a book that I've already included in my spring TBR, so I'm looking forward to picking up A History of What Comes Next. And then finally I've got Son of Blood and Ruin, and this is by Marilee Laris, and it says Woman, Witch, warrior at the top there, and it says the empire of Moctezuma II has long fallen, a city raised on the bones of Tenochtitlan. None dare whisper the names of their gods or speak of the magic that once graced the land. The witches who hunted as jaguars, the warriors who soared as eagles, until a new name emerges, a curse on the lips of the Spanish, a hero in the hearts of the people, a masked vigilante, a sorcerer with a blade, Pantera. Hey, I'm looking forward to meeting Pantera. I don't know who she is, but I'm looking forward to meeting her. This cover is also quite stunning. It's giving Red Wolf, Black Wolf, Red, what? That book, you know it, you know it. You know it by Marlon James. It's giving the same vibe, but I really like it. I think it's really beautiful. And yeah, this is the last book that I have to show you guys that is from the stacks of books that I've recently bought. Let me know down below if you've recently purchased any new books that you're excited about. Let me know if you are interested in reading any of the books that I've shown you guys today, or if you have already, let me know your thoughts, your feelings on it without spoiling me too much. If you made it this far in this video, please leave me a book stack emoji. Remember to like my video if you haven't done so already. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, you guys, so please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do click on the subscribe button. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.